this soon. Oh, there it is. So guys, we just came back and checked on the chickens, and there's a yellow rat snake in here eating the chicken eggs. Look at that. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, he can have them. I don't want to scare him, so I don't want to touch him and have him regurgitate, but that's so cool. This is so cool. Like, I know most people will be like, oh no, my eggs, like, be mad. Like, I'm not mad. I think this is like really cool and interesting. Yeah, just hopefully doesn't get anything else. But that's why we have to bring in everybody at night. You know, a lot of people asked about native predators on the property and what we're going to do about it. And that's why we have to keep all the birds in at night, like the parrots and whatnot. We bring in at night. Even though this is happening during the day, it's in obviously the little dark corner over here, you know. But yeah, so that's a native yellow rat snake right there. So we are building the aviary with 1/2-inch wire, and that's the reason why. So we have to do everything in that 1/2-inch wire. That way the snakes can't get in and eat anybody. Clover really wants to go over there and investigate.
So freaking cool.
Now the snake has cracked the egg inside of itself and is moving the contents down through the body and starting to come up and get defensive. So you can see it's starting to go up into an S striking position.
He's so cute. This is like the highlight of our day. A snake eating our chicken eggs. No way. No way.
He's gonna go for the other one. I guess we don't get any eggs today. So now the rat snake is eating the second egg and is working it down his body right now. And maybe we can see the moment when he cracks the egg. So they will internally crack the egg inside after swallowing it down whole. To this side. Oh, there it is. Just crack that egg right down. That is so cool.
That is so cool. Are you gonna come bite me? What are you doing?
Yeah, I think he's gonna.
Well, you're not gonna come bite me.
Yeah, he is.
Why? I literally just let you have 2 of my eggs. He's so cool.
All right, so we finished eating all of our eggs and now he's about to leave. So I'm gonna go ahead and scoop him up and we're gonna bring him to relocate him. Now I'm gonna try to, as gently as I can, scoop him up and get him to not regurgitate because we don't wanna waste all that food right there. So, and then we're gonna move him over to the other side. Okay. Nope, you're gonna bite me. I wanna scoop you up. No, I don't want you to do that. Oh, that's what I didn't want you to do. Come on. No. Back it up. There we
go. Yeah, there we go. He'll calm down. We gotta relocate you, buddy. You can't eat all of our eggs.
All right. So let's bring him to the other side of the property and let him go over there. All right, so he calmed down, and now we're gonna let him go over here.
Do you think that's still too close?
Okay, we'll keep going farther.
Maybe by the
we're not gonna be able to get rid of him. He lives over here.
Well, I don't want to get rid of him. I
just want him to be farther away and not eat all of our eggs.
How many do you think he ate? We don't know. He could have had like 5.
Well, he definitely ate at least 2.
He's so cool.
Hey, put him in that log pile.
Bye, bud. Go be free. And into that little hole, maybe? Yeah.
That's a good spot. Pretty cool.
That was awesome.
Well, it only cost me a few eggs, but pretty cool to see. All right, so we just relocated the snake and let it go over there, but it's been a while since we've given you guys an update on the property, so this is how the aviary is going. So we got our roof up here, and so we have that clear plastic roofing that's coming in right now, and that way the birds can get natural light once we have them in here. So we just have to finish up the roofing on this and then wrap it in that 1/2-inch mesh, which, as we just saw, very important that it is going to be 1/2-inch mesh so that snakes can't get in here and eat the parrots. Okay, so we're going to totally lock this whole thing down and make sure we fill in every little tiny hole and everything like that, just to make absolutely certain there's no way a rat snake can fit into here anywhere. And then also, we talked about this before too, the mesh is going to go straight down into the ground, and then it's going to flare out on both sides. That way nothing can dig in and nothing can dig out as well. So we'll put it into the ground and then out like this, and that way anything that hits it, tries to dig down into it, they hit the mesh. No predator is smart enough to back up and go out like this. So if you just put it down like that, it works out really well. So the aviary is 32 feet long and 12 feet deep, and then we have it divvied up here. So this one is going to be an 8x12 right here. So this will be a great one for the toucan. And then right here will be a door. And then this on the back side, this little area here is going to be the back of house area where we can access everything. So door, 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 and then a door over here. So this is double doored. And that way we're in here trying to feed the toucan, whatever. If in the event something goes wrong and the toucan flies out of his and ends up into this area. This door is closed, obviously, once you're in, and that way he can't get out. So we have that double door entryway, and that prevents escapes, and that is super important. Okay, so
and I think it's required now for USDA, since birds are now USDA.
It should be. I mean, it needs to be. You know, you need to have that double door. So 8 by 12, 4 by 8, 4 by 8, another 4 by 8, and another 4 by 8. Okay, and then another 8 by 12. And that way we have a lot of different enclosures in here. These 4 by 8s can fit some of the birds that don't like other birds. Like we can put the hornbill in one of these, the other hornbill in the other one too. And that way they can be split up like that, since they don't like to be around other birds. And then, you know, I said toucan goes in one of the 8 by 12s. The other 8 by 12 we could maybe have as a communal parrot area or something along those lines, you know. So we'll figure it out as we go. But yeah, this would be really, really cool and really awesome, and we're really excited about it. So between each one of these, you can see this 2 by 4 right here, we're going to have it double meshed. So mesh on the inside right here, and then mesh on the inside right there, and that way there is a gap between each enclosure. That way if one animal is up climbing onto the fence or something like that, it can't be bit by the other one on the other side when the toes go through or anything like that. So you have that separation between the two as well. So this is going to be the Prairie Dog Enclosure, and so we have a 8-foot wide, 2-foot deep right here, and then we're going to sink this horse trough in this. Now I still have to paint the horse trough. We're going to paint it with truck liner and drill some holes in the bottom so it can't hold water. But the idea is once we do that, then we stick that in the ground, put dirt back over it, and then fill it up, and then fence this off, and then the prairie dogs are able to dig down into it. Look Clover digging. Hey, what are you doing? And that way the prairie dogs can actually dig down into the ground. Now, I did say prairie dogs. If you guys have been following us, you already probably knew about Harvey. He's a prairie dog from Hialeah that was running around loose out there. Now, we had him for a little while, and he was showing signs of depression and being sad and lonely because they're social animals. And we've been on the lookout to try to rescue a friend for him, but we didn't find any. And he started to like they suck on their tail and they get all the hair off because he's just lonely. He needed a friend. So we're trying to find one, couldn't find one. So then we contacted our friend who is an exotic animal guy, and we bought a little prairie dog from him with our own personal money so that Harvey could have a friend. Within a week of buying one, we then had 2 surrendered to the rescue, which is what we wanted all along, you know. So now we have 4 prairie dogs. We went from 1 to 4
in a week.
Within a week. Which is like, you know, I mean, we didn't want to buy one, obviously, you know, but like, I didn't want more prairie dogs either. I just wanted Harvey to not be depressed and have a friend. So it's just like, now I have 4 prairie dogs.
But it worked out, honestly, because I feel like not a whole lot of rescues and people take prairie dogs.
Yeah. And
it's really hard to introduce prairie dogs to an already established colony, which is why zoos won't just take one. They're kind of vicious and they'll kill each other over holes. So luckily, all 4 of them are getting along.
Oh, they're a big happy family.
Yeah.
Now. It's really cute.
And I mean, this is going to be huge for them.
What I also want to do with this that I think is going to be really cool. So once that's in the ground, dirt over it again, I then want to do a step system. So I want to put like a big block of wood across right here, and then build up the dirt to that level, and then back it up a little bit, and then another block of wood, and then another block, like a staircase, and then fill that with wood with dirt all on the inside. So not only do they have this 2 foot deep of depth, we then take that 4 feet high, and then from the top of that means 6 feet of tunnels that they can have from the top of that all the way through, and then all through here too, you know. And so this will be a square, and then we will concrete or mesh, I'm not sure yet, something on the edges so they can't dig out of this either, you know. So this would be a really, really cool enclosure for them.
It would have been really funny and embarrassing if you fell right there.
Oh, thanks for your vote of confidence. So the other day, we did a walkthrough on the property and basically mapped out our trail we're gonna have and the different exhibits we're gonna have on the trail. So I'm not gonna say.
So exciting! It doesn't even feel real.
I know it really didn't. I mean, that was the first day that it really felt real to me. To be like, we're walking through. We had the little wheel thing that counts where you are, you know, and GPS, and marked off the spots where we're gonna put things. And it just was like, dude, this is real. This is happening. It was so exciting. So we did that the other day. I'm not giving it away yet, but really exciting. Mapping out the enclosures and what we're gonna have over there, and it's just. So cool, guys. I mean, it's gonna be so cool. But yeah, so over here though, This is one of my favorite areas on the property.
Mine too.
Just these big old oak trees. So this large cleared area right here is where we're going to be putting a new enclosure, and this is going to be a big one for some really cool animals that are coming to us soon. And we have not made the announcement on what they are yet, but we're very excited, and this is going to be really, really, really cool.
The best part is they are all rescues.
Yeah.
They are all owner surrendered animals, and I've always wanted one. I think Chris has always wanted one, and now we have 4.
Yeah.
We manifested a little too hard.
Well, we don't have them yet, but we're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we got to build first, you know. But yeah, so we got 4 of them lined up to go in here, and it's going to be, wow, it's going to be really cool. But it's going to take a lot of work. You know, we got to build this thing up over here. And basically, what we're going to do on a lot of the property is clear out a lot of the underbrush, but leave all the big oaks. All the big trees are going to stay, and we'll be able to clear out some of that underbrush right there, and you know, have trails going back and whatnot as well. So we're really excited about that. Now, on that note about these ones being rescues, just because, I mean, we talked about this a little bit before, but just touch on it again. We are trying to do as many rescues as we can, but also, just for the sake of clarity, there are other animals that just you simply can't really get as a rescue. You know, like I want a saltwater crocodile. You can't exactly rescue one of those in the States. So I will be having to buy a saltwater crocodile. And just as far as like the ethics of that, people get, you know, people ask about this, and people get sometimes really upset about this kind of stuff. So we do like to be clear on it. We are a sanctuary, and we're going to rescue as much as we can, but there's certain animals that I've always wanted that I'm absolutely getting a saltwater crocodile.
And they're educational animals.
Well, yeah, I mean,
we're
obviously,
not breeding them, you know?
we're going to use them for education. It's going to be a captive bred animal as well,
Always.
you know, so, you know, that kind of thing. But it's just this, the reason I'm addressing it is because when you do rescue animals, it's like, oh, you did really good work and you rescued animals and you put your time and money into it. So because you did that, you're now not allowed to get animals you actually want without everybody hating you. So that's why I just kind of want to touch on that for a second, is people get real weird about that kind of stuff, you know. So
we've mentioned this before too. We do want some animals for interaction, so people are able to come and play with them. And you know, a lot of our animals, since they're rescued, they're kind of traumatized and they don't really want to be touched. So
very true. Yeah. So when you do, yeah, a lot of the rescues come in, you know, very damaged, if you will, psychologically and physically. So you can't do public interaction or education with them. So we do want to have animals that we can do that with. So there will be, you know, again, I'm just saying this for the sake of clarity, because people get very weird about it. We will definitely be rescuing most of the stuff we have, but there are other certain animals that we will have to buy.
And we'll always be transparent about it.
And we'll be transparent about it. You know, like I like to tell people that, because people get so weird about it, you know, and it's like, because I spend hundreds of thousands of dollars of my own money saving animals is not going to preclude me from buying animals that I actually want. And this mentality as if that doesn't work out is what really makes me mad. So that's why I just like to be very clear about it. Yeah, so this will be a... So I was trying to say, this will be an enclosure. We're not giving it away yet. I just said it off the top of my head. So we're not telling people what it is yet. So this will be an enclosure for an animal that we have not announced yet. But yeah, so
if you guys are good at lip reading, leave it in the comments what you think it is.
Oh man. Yeah, so this will be an enclosure for some really cool animals. So this nice big space right here. And then we have the trail that Gabby actually used the leaf blower to clear this out.
I did. I worked really hard on that.
So this trail will come around over here. I like this right here for another enclosure.
I do too.
So we should map that out. You know, this will be something relatively small right here. Maybe parrots or, you know, something like that.
We can probably do a pretty decent sized fennec fox enclosure.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty big
Yeah, it is.
space right there. So,
yeah.
Yeah, you could do.
We can include the trees. I'm obsessed with including trees in enclosures. Chris hates it.
Well, I don't hate it. I like the look. I do. It's just logistically very difficult and expensive. You know, so it's a little bit more difficult. Plus, in a storm, that just opened your enclosure like a tin can. So it's safety-wise really dangerous too. But anyway, so have something right there. And then this trail will come back over this way. Honestly, we could have multiple things right here,
Yeah.
right there, right there. And then over here, we've got a little clearing as well where we have an empty enclosure right now. So we do want to do something over here too. Not sure yet, maybe a turtle pond, you know, something like that. We're still trying to figure it out. And then we'll have guest parking will be right over here. So we have that area already cleared out too. So we'll have a really cool trail. So the idea is that people will park there, walk down the trail, and we'll have, you know, the various exhibits down over here. It's going to be so cool. All right, so it's really cool to see the yellow rat snake eating the chicken eggs, and then giving you guys a little tour of what's going on over here. So we're really excited about it. And, you know, thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think so far. And as always, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. And we'll see you guys on the next one.